I have known Jaafer since he was 6 and I was 8. So we go back way far. I'm talking, 1970s. We were in high school together. We went to ULR in the Donaghy Scholars Program. And then in med school is when I really saw him get so deeply excited about something. So deeply excited about patient care, so interested and driven about medicine.
He really sought out opportunities to get the best training available and wasn't limited by geographic boundaries.
He's so dedicated. It doesn't matter how long it takes, what equipment he has to use, who he has to call. He will do anything that he can to give that patient the best chance of a positive outcome.
Jaafer is a go-getter. When he joined our group, we didn't need another interventional cardiologist, but it was an opportunity to have somebody who was clinically excellent in the group and who's passionate about his work, especially his specialty, which is peripheral arterial disease. And we recognized that he could really expand the capabilities of the skills and procedures that we could offer to our patients.
Cardiology can be very algorithmic, but I think Jaafer, he's always looking for a bigger solution. He's always looking for how can I help more people, how can I approach this in a different way, and just his commitment to always working as hard and questioning and using all of his tools and his resources and his colleagues to come up with the best approach for that particular patient.
Jaafer has this drive to help people and to discover new ways of literally saving people's lives, and that's what he's doing. Just groundbreaking, life-saving work.
He's really taken leadership to the next level. So as an example of that, some years ago, he helped organize a conference in Chicago, which was a national conference which featured live cases. And it was something that I didn't think anybody would be able to get going, and he really dedicated himself to it, and it became a very successful conference.
I'm an academician. Of course, I'm going to teach. Jaafer is not in academics. He's a private practitioner in cardiology who has also this drive to teach others. He's founded and started this international conference in the middle of Chicago on advanced cardiovascular procedures.
That was his dream. He thinks very, very big, and he didn't let his fear or his hesitation really stop him.
From UA Little Rock, both of us gained leadership, the critical thinking skills, and really expanding and pushing our boundaries into what we can do.
Jaafer had the opportunity to really thrive in the environment of the UA Little Rock Donaghy Scholars Program. He was able to parlay that into a research position at UAMS, and that was a big light bulb moment for him.
I always like to see the recipient of the UA Little Rock Distinguished Alumnus Award possess a couple of qualities: compassion, a deep concern for community, creativity, being able to think outside that box and do something different and amazing, and I think humility. Those are the 4 qualities I like to see in an awardee, and I think Jaafer exemplifies all of those.
I don't think he'll ever be done. We laugh, and he talks about retirement, someday, much down the road, but that's Jaafer. Like, he's always, looking for different ways to change the world.
Jaafer, congratulations. I've had the opportunity to congratulate you many times because you've achieved many honors, recognitions, and awards. But this one is very special coming from your alma mater, and it's well-deserved, and we're just so grateful and proud to have you as a part of our group and part of the team here at the hospital.
Watching you become a physician and a cardiologist, seeing all the amazing, compassionate work that you do makes me immensely, immensely proud of you. I call you one of my childhood best friends, but you're really like a little brother to me.
Jaafer, you're the love of my life, and I'm so incredibly proud of the man that you are, of the father that you are, of the husband that you are, and the exemplary practitioner that you are. No one is more deserving of this award as a distinguished alumni of UA Little Rock.
Was an incredible video. I still have goosebumps. I gotta shake this off, so kind of gotta get started. So thank you very much. I want to start off by thanking the mastermind behind this, Christy Smith, that kind of started this whole process. And Jennifer, and Chancellor Drell, thank you so much for the opportunity, and I'm truly honored, I'm truly humbled about being here today. And the board presidents, I really appreciate everything that you guys do, not only for the alumni, but also for the future of the university. And you don't know how many people you affect by that ripple effect, because we affect other patients and affect other people, and it goes so forth and so on. But this award is really not just mine. It belongs to a lot of other people, people that have influenced my life and have brought me to where I am today. And every person teaches you something. Every experience teaches you something. And I'm going to just kind of share a few of those with you. First of all, I want to thank my grandparents for raising me in India for the first 5 years, and then my parents for bringing me here, having the vision to bring us to America. And then coming to Little Rock, Arkansas. Now, being a little Indian boy in Little Rock, Arkansas wasn't not very fun. At 5 years old, 1970s, not very cool. But we came here, and then very soon after we met Dr. Ghori and his wife, Najma Ghori. And they were a second pair of parents to us. And then little Sara Ghori with her little pigtails. You remember the little ones with the little balls in them? You know, I remember meeting her for the first time. And like Sara said, she was a big sister to me. She pretty much taught me everything from like age 6 to high school. Whether it be right or wrong, it is her fault. She taught me how to ride a bike, not very well, but she did. She taught me how to play air guitar in the basement. You know, all very, very important things. But definitely one of the most influential people in my life. She went on to become a physician as well, an esteemed physician and professor at the University of Arkansas Medical Sciences, and really to go on to change the fabric of the society here in Little Rock, to include inclusivity and to bring culture and religion and acceptance of different people in Little Rock. So thank you for all you've done for the community. And then my two little sisters, I got 2 little sisters, Yasmin and Nida. So Yasmin's probably the smartest person I know, and she reminds me all the time. She also went on to become a cardiologist in Chicago. Brilliant girl, and you know, one of my favorite people. And then our youngest sister, Nida, who is a free bird. She is also just a beautiful heart, taught me about compassion and love, and she works in New York now. And so life goes on, and then you meet people, you have these experiences, and then I was able to walk through the hallowed halls of Little Rock Central High School. You know, an honor to be part of that history. And you meet some amazing people, but it was about, high school is about conformity, about being the same as everybody else, and wearing the same shoes, and talking the same, and wanting to be the same person as everybody else. And that was high school. It's just, it is what it is. And then I got into the Donaghy Scholars Program, followed Sara's footsteps. And that is when that change takes place, from being conforming to being an individual, to being your own self, to unlocking doors that you didn't know what rooms were behind those doors. And Dr. Ramsey, to his credit, he was the godfather, and Emily Lewis was our godmother, and really, our Mama Bear really took care of us day in and day out. But those were the most influential days of my life, where I really learned how to be an individual and think for myself and ask questions and be curious, and to really realize that not every question has to have the same answer, and that's okay. Sara might have a different answer than Roger, than me, but that's okay. And then I met Roger Fitzgibbon. Oh boy, what do I say about him? So we were roommates in Spain, so study abroad. And so you gotta kind of picture this, right? Electric guitar wielding, Steppenwolf listening, wah-wah pads teaching, you know. So he taught me about music. He taught me a lot of things. He was my partner in crime in Spain, and my best friend during Donaghy Scholars Program. But at the time, he was dating Mindy, and he taught me about true love and what it is to have true love in your life. And he went on to marry Mindy and has 2 beautiful children. But these are the experiences that you learn from and grow with. And I see Chris here, I see all these amazing, Billy. I mean, it's just so great to see all these familiar faces. And then you go on, and then you go to men's school, and then you do have to conform, and then you do have to be same way. So this was that bubble, and I remember this bubble, and I'll never forget the bubble that I had during my time at the University of Arkansas, Little Rock, during this phase of my life. And although this is probably one of the greatest achievements and greatest awards, it's definitely not the greatest honor that I've ever had. Because I believe the greatest honor that I've ever had is to be a father to these 2 amazing kids and a husband to this amazing woman, Renee. So Yusuf and Ariana, they have taught me, and Renee have taught me about unconditional love, what it's like to really love somebody unconditionally. And I try every day to learn from them, to be an example to them. So Ariana is 16. She's a junior high in high school, the love of my life. And Yusuf is a freshman. He just started in Loyola, and I'm so proud of him. And then, of course, my wife, Renee. And of course, within 2 minutes of being here, Roger goes, "Bro, you're way out of your league with her. Way out of your league." And I'm like, "I understand that. I understand. Don't rub it in. I get it." So, so Renee is sort of like, I kind of think about her like the Milky Way. Not the candy bar, but the galaxy. Exquisitely beautiful. In her orbit, you just cannot escape her gravitational pull. And thank you so much for keeping our family together and all that you do for us. But I'd like to end with a quote, and I remember I found this quote actually when I was in Haiti, when I was doing some disaster medical relief work in Haiti, and it really stuck with me, and I'm like, yeah, I always kind of think about this quote in everything I do. "I shall pass this way but once. Any good that I can do or any kindness that I can show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer nor neglect, for I shall not pass this way again." Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate the honor.